Robert Garcia is pretty much being called out for talking shit about Anthony Joshua. Robert Garcia has done some interviews where he has spoken on Anthony Joshua and his situation, and most people view it as Robert Garcia being disrespectful and pretty much talking shit about Anthony Joshua. Robert Garcia currently did an interview where he spoke in Spanish, and a lot of what he said seemed to get out and get back to the camp of Joshua and his people and whatever and whatnot. And he was asked whether he really said those things that he said. And Robert Garcia simply chalked it up as the translator from Spanish to English misquoted him and made it seem like he's been talking shit. Now, whether that's true or not, you really too much don't have to look into it, because you just look at how Robert Garcia was talking before and after the fight with Anthony Joshua, which is why most people said Robert Garcia was not a good fit for Anthony Joshua. If you came to America to get a good boxing trainer or something like that, one of the last people I was expecting him to get was actually Robert Garcia, for a myriad of reasons. But anyways, he says that the translator misquoted him and it made him look like he's talking shit. But you have videos of Robert Garcia before he trained Anthony Joshua pretty much saying the same thing, that Anthony Joshua shot, he's weak, you can't fix him, you can't fix a mentality, he's afraid to get hit, he's scared to get hit, he's scared to engage, blase split. That was him before training Anthony Joshua. After he trains Anthony Joshua, he pretty much in a nutshell said the same thing. I think that Anthony Joshua was mentally shot after the 10th round. I believe that Usyk is mentally stronger than Anthony Joshua. And he basically was saying the same thing. And this was in English. So it's no shock to me if he took to some other outlet speaking in Spanish and was more free with the way he felt, because he simply thought it would not make it back, or people weren't paying attention, or a lot of people don't listen to Spanish interviews. It's not of the Latin dialect. So I'm pretty sure that he got willy-nilly with it, because you can hear what he said in English. So it's no shocker, and people been saying this, that Robert Garcia wasn't a good fit. Number one, he's never trained a heavyweight. Number two, culturally, being that he's only ever trained Mexicans, I honestly don't think Robert Garcia gave a fuck about Anthony Joshua. It was pretty much just the check at the end of the day. And at some point, Anthony Joshua had to know that. But what was crazy to me is how you came to America, where we have a plethora of good trainers, and man, there's so many people you could choose from that'd be 10 times better than Robert Garcia. Why in the hell would you go with Robert Garcia and a man who previously said that mentally you can't be fixed? There's nothing that you can fix inside the gym with something that's wrong with you inside of your brain. And yet that is the guy that Anthony Joshua still picked. So there's no doubt in my mind that Robert Garcia has been talking shit about Anthony Joshua, because even going out there to the public saying that, you know, I believe Anthony Joshua is mentally weaker than Usyk, I believe that he was defeated. As somebody that you work with as a business professional, you're not even supposed to say that, okay? Because that doesn't shine him on in a good light, and that doesn't help the narrative that's going on around about him. So you don't say, yeah, I believe he's mentally weak or whatever. You've been working with this man this entire time. And the best thing that you can say about him when you're questioning about the fight is that you believe that he was mentally weak. Let me tell you something. That didn't start during the Usyk fight. Robert Garcia felt like this from beginning to end, because you have the proof of how he was talking before he trained Anthony Joshua, and you have the proof at the end how he's been training Anthony Joshua in English. So his feelings on Anthony Joshua having a weak mind just didn't develop while, you know what I'm saying, the fight went down. He felt like this the entire damn time. The entire time. It's just as simple as that. So there's no doubt when, you know, he got to one of those Spanish-speaking outlets that he let it hang more. It's no sense of fronting, Robert. You know what I'm saying? If you speaking your truth, that's fine. You know, you feel how you feel, but at the end of the day, I'm not gonna say it's a little disrespectful. It's very disrespectful and even somewhat unprofessional. Although that may be how you feel, that is not for the end. That is not for mass consumption. Okay, because at that point, it should be about preserving as much as you can about Anthony Joshua's reputation, if that's what you feel. But you don't put that out there to the world. Would you think he's more likely to go work with you again right after you said that he's mentally weak? So therefore, it shows you that Robert Garcia had no intention or didn't think that Anthony Joshua would bring him back anyway, because you wouldn't burn a bridge like that. And I know it's the highest he's been paid for training somebody. It has to be. But yet it's still, he didn't hold his tongue to preserve any future paydays or anything like that. And most importantly, we don't see where training with Robert Garcia benefit him in this fight. Everything that he did in that second fight, Anthony Joshua could have did simply with Angel Fernandez, and that's the truth. I mean, it was Angel Fernandez in the ring, not Robert Garcia. So no, it doesn't shock me that Robert talked shit about Anthony Joshua. He wasn't a good pick from the jump. You know what I'm saying? And that's just from culturally where he comes from, and the fact that he don't train heavyweights. You know what I'm saying? He has never trained heavyweights. He has never trained a black fighter. So it's not shocking that out of all the people that he trained, the one that he decides to throw in the bus, the one that he decides to put out there to the public that he's mentally weak, that he's this, that he believes he's shot, that he's accused of talking shit, would happen to be his first heavyweight black fighter. That's not a shock. Anthony Joshua should know better, but the fact that he made a selection of Robert Garcia lets me know he don't know what's good for him, and his team don't know what's good for him, because you were supposed to come out with somebody way better than that. But then again, Anthony Joshua came over here doing a lot of silly stuff. You know what I'm saying? The people that he ran to was very questionable. That's why I have to question his team. You ran to Eddie Reynoso, walking around here with a Canelo Alvarez hat. You know what I'm saying? That's not good for you. Everybody knows what Anthony Joshua needs. And it's even written here in this article. Anthony needs that Emmanuel Stewart Crunk type rebuilding training. That's exactly what he needs. Now, if you manage to get trained by a person that you had to have a hint didn't really care about you and didn't like you, then you should have no ego to go over there to Sugar Hill Stewart. Because as of right now, that's the only person I can see helping you. That's the only person. You may not want to work with him because of Tyson Fury, this is that. But like I said, if you worked with somebody like Robert Garcia, I don't see the problem with you working with somebody like Sugar Hill Stewart. You know? Because you shouldn't have to humble yourself to work with Sugar Hill Stewart when you was just with a guy that was just disrespecting you to the world before and after the fight. But that's the only way that I see it with Anthony Joshua. He's not 100% out the game, but I guarantee you, dude, Sugar will give you the confidence in yourself that you need to go in there and do what you need to do. He also going to teach you how to sit down on them punches and put a man down, because Crunk style is about knocking a person out. Knocking somebody out is the remedy that you need in that Usyk fight, and everybody knew it, but yet you still went out there and boxed. I'm not going to judge. It is what it is. But at the same time, dude, if you work with somebody like Robert Garcia, I don't see no reason why it was so bad to turn your nose up at a Sugar Hill Stewart or anybody else that want to help you. Hell, Lennox Lewis, hell, anybody who's been around Emmanuel. Anybody. But it's no shock to me what Robert Garcia did to Anthony Joshua. It figures. You know? Anyways, like the video, comment, subscribe. Bruce Fan, I'm out.